I'm Mark. I played...
Hi Mark.
Hi Craig. I played Salamangreats at the Montreal Regional and came 4th place.
Cool. You can show me your deck?
Sure.
Sick.
Nice sweater.
Oh yeah, nice sweater. And nice mat. Look at this beautiful mat.
It's your boy. Half the universe gone.
Yeah, that was basically me today.
Yeah, look at him. He's so strong.
So, first of all, this deck is actually really, like, it has the potential to be very competitive in the format.
Why did you play this over anything else?
It's a new deck, so new decks have the surprise factor in regionals and events, so it was best to try taking a surprise factor to the event to see if I could do something like it. I play 3D Bug. This is the best starter in your deck. It's a 1-card combo. It gets you to everything basically. You drop this and you're like your opponent can have a response to it, but
what does it do?
It searches any cyberse.
Okay, so why is that relevant to this deck?
It searches the most broken card in your deck.
Which is?
Gazelle.
Alright, Gazelle. What does it do?
It says, hi, I summon myself for free and I give you all the pluses in the world. If it's just a Salamangreat monster sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this from your hand. And if it's normal or special summon, you can dump any Salamangreat card. So this gets you Spinny, the traps, the spells, like this card alone just puts you so far ahead of your opponent.
Armageddon for the deck. Armageddon for the deck.
Yeah, Armageddon Knight for the deck.
You have Armageddon Knight and Stratos.
I played 3 Foxy and 3 Spinny. A lot of people are playing this at 2. I don't know why, because Area 0 is kind of cool. It lets you go through your deck. The second effect is also like important. So pitching any Salamangreat card to special summon for free, like it gives you utility for your rank 3. Spinny, cards, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's busted, but it keeps the deck's consistency, being that it's like a free summon. And then for the 1-ofs, 1 Jack Jaguar, 1 Falco, 1 Foxer. A lot of people are not playing this card. I decided to play it in case I ran into like rogue matchups. This it does piercing if it swings into a defense position monster. If it's in your graveyard, you can target 1 Salamangreat monster in your graveyard, shuffle it, accept itself, shuffle it into the deck, and special summon this to a link zone a Salamangreat monster points to.
A Salamangreat monster you control points to.
Yes. Falco, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Salamangreat spell or trap and set it.
Broken.
What does Foxer do and why? You said you play it, but why?
It has utility breaking back row.
So what does it do?
If you have 3 Salamangreat monsters in your graveyard, you can target 1 link monster in your graveyard, shuffle it back, and then destroy 1 spell or trap on your opponent's field.
It's broken.
If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent's spell or trap is destroyed, you can special summon this card for free.
Tell him what you did against the Draco player.
Oh my god.
This is relevant, tell him.
So I played against Dracos and I had monsters in graveyard. He was trying to... He had There Can Be Only One and like other back row. I used Foxy to discard this and destroy his There Can Be Only One, and when the There Can Be Only One was destroyed, I summoned this for free. So I had 2 monsters on board to just go into my rank 3 plays and go off. So the way I decided to play this deck was, since this deck has a lot of really good starters and like it's basically 2-card combos, you don't really need your deck to push past that. All you want, I decided to play more control for it, so I played a lot of hand traps. I played 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 2 Ogre.
So why didn't you play Bell?
A lot of actually during the event, I was playing Bell before, and a lot of times I would brick with opening too many hand traps, and I didn't have enough utility to, like, if I played against a rogue matchup, to clear the board fast enough. So I took out Bells and played Twins, and I sided the bell for like the mirror or like T-Drags, which I never played.
So like the idea was, I was discussing with him that he can have hand traps and like starter cards or whatever, but if he's going, say, second and his opponent just literally goes set 4 or set 5 pass, his hand traps are dead and he has to attempt to break that board using the starter cards, right? But if he has 2 twins, it gives him more option, I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Mark, the thought of playing
Sometimes, not all the time.
So another thing, Valor is really cool because like say you do have like the traps or like you have some amount of traps in your deck and you decide to set them, having Valor, like I got Denko'd like 3 times today, and 2 out of those 3 times I had Valor, so it's just
You Valor
them and whatever plays they want to make after that, everything's live anyway, so nothing's happening.
Well, that's a pretty good
Also,
card.
another thing to note is because you play hand traps aren't dead necessarily going first, because all you need is your starters. If you play your starters as well, your hand traps become kind of like interruptions for your opponent. And that's all the monsters I played. For the spells, 3 Stratos.
What? Hold on, you played 3 Stratos, 3 Armageddon Knight that special summons himself for free,
And
3
3 more
Rhoda,
Stratos.
3 Rhoda, like
3 Rhodas actually.
what is it? Rhoda that's also dress?
No, it's kind of like Eagle Booster, but for monster.
Yeah,
effects.
Eagle Booster.
It's a watered down Eagle Booster.
Yeah, like
It comes up sometimes, but
It's not a watered down Eagle Booster.
It is
it's
a watered down.
fired down Eagle Booster.
oh my god.
no.
Promote interaction to avoid pull.
So if a lot of people were playing Droll for the event, because like T-Drags, Dangers, that deck is oppressive. So what you'd like to do if you feel like your opponent's gonna Droll, you go draw phase, activate this, and because you activate it in draw phase, they can't Droll you because Droll says accept the draw phase.
And this is a quick spell, so you can activate
It's a
it in
quick
draw
play.
phase. Big brain, 200 IQ.
I
Definitely came
played
up.
1 Sanctuary and 1 Will. This was the last
I
minute
thought they banned that
change-
card.
Last minute change to my deck.
This man
What does
at
that card do?
5
This
o'clock
card
in the
is
morning.
Monster Reborn and Soul Charge in 1 card.
Yeah.
Once per turn, Monster Reborn continuous. Best.
It kind of reminds me of Barrage. It's
Careful.
pretty gross. It kind of reminds me of Barrage because of what it can do. Because this says you can summon any Salamangreat from your graveyard or hand. It doesn't target, and it can target. You can summon your link monsters and continue to make bigger plays. So it increases your OTK potential.
And the second effect is that you can target a Salamangreat Link monster that was Link summoned using its own name as a material, and then up to its Link rating, you can special summon Salamangreats from the graveyard, or hand. So it just like floods your boards full of monsters, and you just kill a person. That card's brilliant.
I have a love and hate relationship with this card because I opened it like 7 times today, but you have to play 1 because Bailmix searches it and it literally says, I'm going to rack up so much advantage that you can't kill me.
And the love-hate is that you never want to draw it because a lot of time it's dead, you only want to search it, but if you don't have it...
What do you do?
It's fine if you open it, which it's not too bad because like it guarantees that you're making reincarnation link plays because it makes itself. That's it for the Salamangreat spells.
Okay.
For the rest of the spells, I played 3 Called, 2 Twin. Called is because since I'm running so many hand traps and I need something that like stops my opponent from stopping me going first. And Called helps that because Ogre or Ash and Debug hurts. Like you can play through it somewhat, but you still don't want to be interrupted, so this is good. And also, if you go first and you see these and they don't interrupt you, it's not bad because it turns into an interruption on your opponent's turn. MVP?
I think I saw it 1 time. I think I won the game, but I only saw it 1 time.
That's it for the spells. For the traps, I played only 1 Roar, 1 Rage.
So why do you play 1 and 1? I see a lot of people playing 2 of this.
I don't play 2 because it's a hard once per turn. Like worst case scenario, if you really need to get to this card, when you reincarnate Link, you just set itself with it. But like this card is so accessible with like Gazelle, Falco, like even the Foxy, like you have so many ways to get to it, and your Link monster literally grabs it back for free.
Cool.
This card's really good, really good. No one realizes the fact that the second effect is when you use the second effect to destroy. When you reincarnate Links, it doesn't target. It does not target. And if say they like kaiju your Lake monster, that's whatever, you still can like discard a card from hand to destroy stuff. So it comes up. My round 5 opponent was playing Thunder Dino, and I literally set up a Heat Leo reincarnated into itself after getting rid of all of his back row, and set this. You could not out it. You don't want to really see these, but you want to like you have the access to get to them with any of the cards in your deck. So like 1-on-1 is just fine. I was tempted to play 2 Roar in the event that I thought like Crow would be a thing, but it doesn't really hurt if this gets crowed, because you're ending on a board anyways, and whatever you get to, it's harder for them to out. I usually only go for this card if I don't have enough interruptions, so I want to guarantee that like they have to forcefully play around this card, and I hit them with hand traps,
and that's what Mark did good and I did bad, because I just tried to turbo that card out and play greedy.
I also played 3 impermanents. Card's good.
It's a good card.
It's real shiny.
It helps you out Colossus so damn easy.
It's another hand trap.
It's another hand trap. If you go first and you don't need to use it, you just set it. A lot of the times I set this and my opponent denkoed me, and then I had Valor, and they just, after that they couldn't do anything.
That's main deck.
Yep.
Alright, extra.
Extra deck. Shoutouts.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts. So-so.
1 Baguska, 1 Dweller. Baguska was for the mirror. I made it twice today. Going forward, I may cut it because Dweller covers the matchup as well.
What does Baguska hit in the mirror?
It hits all your cards.
It hits all the normal summons, but then you just make all the Link summons, don't it?
Okay, so they make the Link. So in order to get to the Link summons, they have to drop their monsters, right? If they're not triggering any of the effects, they're not plussing. So they're making Link plays, but it's not going to do anything to your monsters. Also, it's pretty beefy.
Interesting.
Dweller was for T-Drags, which I unfortunately never played. I made it once against Dracos. Unfortunately, this comes up, but going forward, I'd probably play just a Dweller alone.
Yeah,
it covers both matchups. 2 Stalio, you don't need more than 2.
I thought MX Saber and Voco was banned.
Same. This is like a crucial card. Like,
what does it do?
It says, you see that board you made? No. When it's linked for a Salamangreat Link monster,
I can confirm that the exact text on the card says, you see that board you made, comma, no.
When it's used for a Link summon for a Salamangreat Link, you can target a monster your opponent controls and bounce it back to the hand. Initially, when I read this, it was, I was really turned off by it because it only bounced the hand, but like,
Colossus doesn't go back to a hand.
It outs so many gross things because it triggers Engrave. The summon effect is fine. When you summon anything, you're usually going for a Jack Jaguar or a Falco to like reset your traps or to continue your play so you can set up for next turn. A lot of times my opponent couldn't kill this card, and the next turn I killed them.
Because you can just activate the effect again.
Yep,
what
much.
A good card. Oh my god.
Like, the fact that it locks you into fires is negligible because all your deck is fires. You don't care.
You really don't care.
3 Bill-Nicks. If you don't play 3, something's wrong with you.
3 of the best.
People are playing 2 of these, and I don't understand why. 3 comes up so much.
All the time.
Like, this card makes you go aggro on your opponent. Being able to... It also searches your field spell, which gets you everything else, but you need 3. 3 Sunlight Wolf.
$10 rare.
I think this is arguably the best extra deck monster in your deck.
Which I'm really upset they didn't reprint that, so maybe OTS.
$10 rare. I literally had the dream on the ride over, driving over, that this was the next ulti.
I
This
wouldn't be
is the
surprised.
ulti.
It's
This
pretty-
is the ulti. Facts. Mark my words, YouTube. Next ulti. Bet
Being
money.
able to add back things from your graveyard, not just like your spells and traps when you reincarnate link it, but like all your monsters, it just sets you up for like so much recursion plays. Like,
I have a question. Did your opponent know its effect that, did they ever try to use the link zone underneath it?
oh yeah, they did it so many times.
Yeah.
And I just triggered it for free.
Biggest advantage, play a new deck in a regional, they won't know what they're doing, and if it's oppressive, most likely it will top.
2 heat Leo, not once per turn.
Oh, I see you played the Ultras.
Oh, one question that I really wanted to ask you. Did this adding Ash come up?
All the time.
You added Ash off this event?
So many times. It adds Ash for free. It only prevents you from summoning them, which is fine because you add back Ash, you can just Ash anyways.
I never activated that effect.
1 Phoenix.
Oh, a fire.
It's
Sick.
Def came out.
I use this to play around floodgates. There can be only one. So I used a monster and a Cyberse to make this. And then another Cyberse and this to make Heat Leo. And then I just got rid of the there can be only one. And you continue with your plays. I made it like, it came up rarely. Like, you don't need it.
What's left?
This deck is a lot like Strikers, where like you touch a bunch of cards in your extra deck and everything else is kind of negligible. One Ningirsu, never made it. Just beating over anything. The last card I played, Overload, also never made it. It was supposed to be for Thunder Dragons, which I did not play.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. It's good coverage for other matchups. I almost made it one match, and then I was like, wait, I can just kill him anyways. So I just killed him.
Cool.
2 Bell. As I said before, I cut these for Twin. Twin was very strong. It performed well. This hurts the Thunder Dragon matchup. It hurts the Mirror. It hurts Sky Strikers-ish. Like, hitting the Kagari isn't bad. And this performed so well. I played like 2 mirrors over the event and this came up often. 3 Pankatops. Decided it, never saw it, but in theory it's supposed to be like, it outs back row, it does what it's supposed to do. 3rd Twin, sided in a lot. And my biggest side lineup for Salamangreat and an Order. So if I know I'm running into a matchup, say like Sky Strikers or the Mirror, I will, and I'm choosing to go first, I side a heavy lineup and just take out hand traps. Because it's going to be a grind game, and these are stronger than hand traps. Hand traps kind of suck against Strikers, but...
Cool. Oh yeah, you guys played last round.
yeah, waxed him.
They call me Daniel-san, but this is Mr. Miyagi.
Don't tell me. Last 3 cards were 3 evenly.
Phantasmes.
Phantasmes.
These are Phantasmes.
Please play Phantasmes. Please play Phantasmes.
Don't play this. This is supposed to be Phantasmes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this card was a blowout as well. It was a good replacement for Phantasmes because I couldn't get any.
I'll tell you right now, Phantasms performed well.
We were discussing, me and Siobhan were discussing like the best options, and it came down to either Evenly or Lancia, and Evenly just covers more.
Yeah.
And how was Evenly, Craig? Tell me.
I didn't play evenly and it was awful. I played Red Reboot, and then there was a lot of times where I'm like, I could Red Reboot this guy and kill them, and then I second guessed myself and didn't side it. 3 dead cards. Could have been anything else.
One of the
Could've
biggest
been Kogan.
questions that wasn't asked yet, and I'm pretty sure the viewers will question, why did you choose not to play with the fusion and all of that?
Yeah, you don't play the
Biggest
standard
question.
way.
That's the biggest question that you should be answering.
I don't play Fusion because you do not need it.
Because you can OTK without it.
You can OTK without it very easily. The deck performs very well. Very well. Like, it has the ability to play under certain hand traps very well, such as Droll. Like, hitting the first search is cool, but if the moment this deck sets up, if your opponent can't break your board and kill you that turn, it's going to be a downhill case.
Why can't you play both?
Fusion is a brick going first.
Okay.
I wanted every card in my deck to do something. I wanted it to be active. I wanted it to be like active or reactive to my opponent's cards.
Sure.
And playing Fusion, like I played with my round 7 match. It was the mirror. He made Fusion and he played Fusion and he dropped it on me and I was like, okay. And then I proceeded to OT game afterwards. It's a good card. It's a blowout, but it is win more. Your deck can do everything on its own anyways.
Cool. That's it.
Yep.
Shouts out.
Shoutouts.
Team Cravings.
Yep. Shoutouts to
The man, the myth, the legend.
Siobhan Roy, top 16. Shoutouts to Craig. I am so sorry for destroying you.
2 tournaments in a row. I played Mark in the final round and he waxes me. I feel so bad.
Cody, shoutouts. Dorian, shoutouts. Shoutouts to everyone back in Toronto. Shoutouts to Game Nation. Very good locals, 49148. I would like to do a shout out to the people that traveled with me. Shoutouts to Dominic Rosso for lending me cards. Like, I don't know what I would do without you, buddy. Shoutouts to everyone else, all the friends that came out to the event. We had lots of fun. And yeah, that's it.
Hey guys, it's Craig with Team Cardboard Cravings. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please subscribe and like and comment and add to watch later and hit the notification button if we have one. The next video should be here. Dorian, put that in the end part. And we'll see you in the next one.